Hey guys, it's your Malaysian girl Jean here. Sambung or continue from last week's video. I made chicken sambal to eat with my purple curry. For me, it's the best combination with white rice flooded or banjir with purple curry and chicken sambal. Okay, I'm gonna briefly show you guys how I normally do my ginger garlic paste. This one Indian cooking use a lot one. Okay, you can see here, on the left is ginger and on the right is garlic. I usually use 2 whole garlic and the ginger portion will match with it. I will cut off the tip of the garlic because that's where a lot of bacteria kumpul lah. Then smack them to easily peel off the skin like so. Nice, cantik sekali. Okay, now because the garlic looks like a little more than ginger, we need to add a little more ginger. Remember, the portion for ginger garlic paste is always 1:1 or 50-50. I'm using a teaspoon to scrape off the skin of the ginger, so I don't use knife and then just cut off excessively. That's when it's kind of waste. And then I cut the ginger into something that looks a little bit like the size of a garlic clove so that I can compare easily with garlic. And now it's 50-50. I can blend using a blender. Now without water, it's very hard to blend this whole thing, so I'm just gonna add that tiny wee bit, that little much of water. I think that is about 100 ml or half cup also can. And there it is. Use cooked water, okay? Look at this thick ginger garlic paste. Now we can kumpul it in a jug like mine. Glass is better lah, okay? Plastic also can, but the plastic somehow will absorb the smell of the ginger and especially garlic. You wash the plastic container and it will still smell like garlic. Anyways, this ginger garlic paste can be kept in the fridge for 2 to 3 weeks. No problem. Of course, the faster you use it, the better lah. Okay, here I have 1 whole chicken that I've chopped into small pieces, washed and dried also already. Put a teaspoon of turmeric powder and a teaspoon of salt. Kacau sampai sebati. Don't use your hand to mix well because the turmeric powder will make your hand yellow unless you don't mind. Let it marinate first. Not that it needed to be marinate, but let's prepare other things. This, ladies and gentlemen, your days of guessing if the dried chilies you have is spicy or not is long gone thanks to my Kelantanese friend Nadia. She recommended this awesome non-spicy dried chili from Kelantan called Yidu. Available in Shopee, of course. It looks fat and shiny like plastic like that. Now because this is super not spicy at all, I have to add normal dried chilies also lah, so got a bit of kick. Total, a handful of them is enough to cook this dish. Now you need to cut all of them into half so when we boil them, the seeds will fall out and we can just eliminate the seeds easily. Now put all the dried chilies into the hot water and just boil them for about 15 minutes or until it is softened. I put the lid on so it cooks faster. The soften process also faster lah, but I have to be careful and take care of it because the water will boil and overflow. When softened ready, stop boiling, take out and put it aside to cool down a bit if you have a plastic blender. Mine is glass blender, so I don't have to wait lah. If you blend with plastic blender while still hot, the blender will break. I know because I kena before. Okay, so you see, these are the seeds that I said it will come up while boiling. You can just discard lah. This one, I put 1 cup of water to blend together with the dried chilies, okay? We want to blend until very berkecai or very fine like that lah. Like that. Cantik sekali. Next, heat up a wok with a lot of oil. Enough oil to cover the chicken lah. And then I put a chopstick in to check on the temperature. When it's bubbling up, means it's ready to fry. So, ladies and gentlemen, just fry lor. Fry all the chicken until it's golden and then you can take out and put it aside. Now, like this chicken wing part and also this part. I don't know what part is this. And I'm telling you, the anti-oil splatter is very useful in this situation also because the oil keeps popping out here and there. Okay, so this is the finished product. Put it aside. Now same wok and lesser oil. No need to wash, okay? Just fry up 2 cinnamon sticks and 2 star anise and about 4 or 5 shallots. Just stir fry until the shallots are translucent or softened and then add in diced tomato. A big one or 2 small ones will do. Add a little bit of salt to speed up the process of soften the tomatoes. And then when you kemek kan the tomatoes and you realize it's very soft already, that's when you can add in 2 big tablespoons of ginger garlic paste and 1 big tablespoon of tomato puree. Stir fry them sekejap to mix them up. And then that's when you can add in the blended dried chilies, 2 or 3 bay leaves, stir them up. And then we need more water to cook the paste. Use your blender to add in 2 cups of water and add into the cooking paste, followed by about half cup of tamarind paste, which has been mixed with a cup of hot water. Remember to filter out the seeds before pouring into the paste. And then add in half block of gula melaka. Mix them up. Okay, eating sambal is very short, of course. But when cooking the paste, you gotta be super careful because it takes about 40 minutes to cook the paste. And the paste keeps splattering around. It's so dangerous. Good thing that I have this anti-oil splatter lah. It is important that we keep stirring the paste when it's cooking so the bottom won't burn. Okay, cooking it halfway through, you can season the paste already with salt and more sugar if needed. I've also added soy sauce as well. It's up to you lah, okay? What we want to achieve during this long cooking process is the paste pecah minyak. What is pecah minyak is the paste and the oil are separated. Okay, I have here some fried boiled eggs. If you didn't cook this paste with the chicken frying oil, you basically can make this egg sambal, which is a vegetarian dish. That's how my mom-in-law, who's a vegetarian, cook her egg sambal. And for carnivores, like many of us, when the paste pecah minyak already, can add in the fried chicken, mix them well, and it's done. Here's a tip, when you make too much of the sambal paste, you can keep adding the proteins, like the fried boiled eggs or the fried chickens, because it's basically just a paste that can be accommodated with proteins and make it into the dish. See this chicken sambal, no need garnishing, also so pretty already, see the color, the red color. Eating it with purple curry on white rice. And then this egg is 7 minutes eggs, which is perfect. You guys gotta try this out, okay? Alright, that's all for this time. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!